Hey everybody, Bad Panties are back. I am Sho and this is my friend Alan. And today we're going to talk about no problems.
Yeah, this is going to be our ode to George Carlin episode.
George Carlin.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of George Carlin.
Well, yeah, who isn't? And well, I'm sure some people are not because he said some pretty strong things. But one of the things that he did like to do is point out things about our language that are silly.
Yeah, I like that with you. Yeah. The seven dirty words.
He did it well, yeah, but even sillier than that. You know, he would just take something and it's like the whole thing about shell shock, PTSD, all of those.
Yeah,
kinds of
that's
things,
right.
you
The
know, and
longer
it's like,
they've made it longer to soften it up. That's right. Yeah.
So, but with no problem, it's there's we want to get clear about a use of the term no problem that is completely different than how it's mostly being used in society.
Okay, so how is it being used now in society?
Well, it's an innocuous response.
Yeah, instead of saying you're welcome, when
It's
somebody
like,
says thank you, they say
and
no
if George
problem.
Carlin was here, he would say, people would say thank you or I'm grateful.
Yeah.
And you would reply with, it's nothing, no problem, forget about it, no sweat, no worries.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure, all of these kinds of things. And they don't really mean anything. They don't. It's just a courteous response.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It almost an obligatory courtesy. Okay.
So you're welcome is the more formal response.
The most formal response and arguably the most appropriate is you're welcome.
Okay. But then people say no problem.
But
Okay,
no
got it.
problem has worked its way into there. In fact, it's actually a very millennial and Gen X deal.
Okay.
Definitely
I mean,
got in there.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay. So the weird thing about no problem is it's double negative in our language.
Okay.
It's two negative words strung together to produce the positive. No means not any.
Right.
And problem means or implies difficulty in things, difficulty in acceptance, difficulty that there's trouble.
Yeah.
Problem is about problem. It's about trouble. And no problem means no trouble. Okay, basically, it's so we want to talk about how to turn this into a way of living your life.
Okay. Let's talk
Okay.
about it. The no problem way of living life.
The no problem solution, really, in fact it's about living in solution.
Living in solution. I like that. Okay. Let's go. Let's
Okay.
go. Let's live in
So
solution.
if the world is full of problems, the most powerful way that a man can bring himself to the world is by living in solutions.
Great. Yes.
Yep. How do you do that? Well, first place, you have to get a hold of yourself because these days, my experience with everyone, both men and women, is that they are running around living in problem. Everything's a problem. The government's a problem, taxes are a problem, work's a problem, our relationship's a problem, our kids are a problem, everything's a problem.
Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of people that see the world that way.
Politics are a problem. I mean, it's a glass half empty concept.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And I don't want to be cliche and just say that you should live your life as a glass half full, but it is a shift. It's a shift. So rather than thinking of in terms of positive or negative context, it's going into a place where you are living in solution to everything, whatever it is. All right. Do you need to lose weight?
Lose weight.
No
Yeah.
problem.
No problem.
Okay.
Right.
Do you want to change the world?
Not a problem.
If you brought yourself to changing the world as a problem, do you think you would do very well?
No, because you've already convinced yourself that you can't do it.
That's right, that it's not possible.
Right.
Okay, same thing. Relationships. If your relationship with your wife is a problem, then you've already lost.
Okay. Yeah.
You've already lost, and you're not thinking of solutions. Right? Now, we've over the years spoken with a lot of women.
You have.
Well, I have. Maybe you haven't as much, but I've definitely spoken to a lot of women, and when I say a lot of women, I'm talking about thousands.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and they know they're smarter than we are, and they know that they know more about relationship. You know, they've forgotten more about relationship than men will ever know, and for the most part, it at least when they're in the room together, they chuckle a lot about it.
Okay.
All right. Especially when it gets out on the table about how true it is, because they often don't want us to know how much smarter they are than we are, but they are.
That's fair. I mean,
and they pretend a lot. They will pretend a lot that they're not smarter, but they are. And but the interesting thing for a creature that knows how to take care of relationships so well, and who for most of their life they are concerned very much with the quality of the relationships in their life, whereas men tend to forget all of that because we get very concerned with being successful, getting stuff done, right? And they're not opposed to each other. In fact, they work very nicely hand in hand, because if we were as concerned with the same things at the same time, there would be a lot of conflict. The fact that we have complementary interests actually is what makes it work. As I've said many times, if you really put down the differences between men and women on paper and took a look at it, you'd go like, no, there's no way. This will never work, right? But it not only works, it works very elegantly.
Okay.
If you do the right things, of course. It doesn't work elegantly if you're in problem. If you're actually making a problem out of the differences, then it's going to be a problem. It's like anything. It's the battle's lost before you even start. Okay. So talking to these women, thousands, there were. One of the things that I wanted to know from them was how can we help them as men? How can we, participate in the relationship that will help them? And it was, a number of things were proposed. Like when they're giving us stuff, that we just say, yes, dear.
Yes, dear is what they want. They want to hear that.
Well, that's what I thought. I mean, because it's a term that was that's been around a really long time.
Okay.
All right, at least in our culture, and they all went like, ew, right? Because it's now in our contemporary society has more of a archaic, patronizing quality.
Okay.
And by the way, don't patronize your woman. It's like.
So do they want?
They don't like that at all. They really don't like being patronized. So
do they want the no problem? Is that what they want?
Well, that was what was proposed.
Okay.
And it seemed to go over pretty well, for the most part. But look, it may not work with every relationship, and you're going to have to figure out what you can. As a man, the attitude, because, if she says, look, honey, I really need your help. I need blah, 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 blah. And then, and you come back to her after you've thought about it a little bit and said, okay, I can, that's not a problem.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. Most of the women went, yes. They just went, yes, this is good.
Okay.
All right. But the thing is, then you're going to have to make it no problem. because you can't just say it and then not do it.
You have to handle it. You have to have the mentality that this is not a problem. You can make it happen.
Yes, and whatever it is, you just take care of it. You handle it.
Okay.
And just taking care of something, just handling it, requires being in a no problem space.
Yeah.
And it's a very powerful space, by the way. In fact, arguably, it might be the most powerful space you can ever be in. Is being in a space that is all about solution. It is all about problems are not a problem. Nothing's a problem. Nothing's a problem. No matter how big a problem it may seem, it's not a problem.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
And that way you're able to really bring yourself fully, let the universe know how powerful your solutions are.
Okay.
Because remember, men are very powerful in their solutions.
Yeah. So when you're presented with a situation, you adjust the situation as in this is not a problem. I have a solution for this.
Here, yeah.
Yes.
Beginning here,
Yeah.
but
it's a mentality.
it starts with the mentality, but
Yeah.
it actually ends up in the actions that you take.
Okay. You have to believe it first.
Right.
And then once you believe it, then you can go after it. Got it.
Right.
Okay.
And I don't like the word believe so much, but sure, that works.
Okay.
I mean, to a degree, that works. It's just that it's not even having to believe it. It's that you are just in that space.
Yeah.
You're in that space where nothing's a problem. And it can start with changing your attitude, right? It can start with realizing that you've been in a space where everything's a problem, and knowing that that's not a powerful, productive way of being. So you want to be powerful and productive. So this is a way to do it. This is maybe it's the way to do it, but it's certainly a way to do it, and it's a way that works, and you can turn anything around. Well, does it mean that you're going to win, coming from this place? It's not a guarantee. Winning is a very elusive kind of deal. Sometimes we win and sometimes we don't. We hope that we win more than we lose.
Right.
Right?
Right. Okay.
But even in the loss, it's not a problem because there's a lesson. Even when you mess up, there's a lesson.
Yes. Yeah.
And the lesson contributes to, again, the fact that was it really a problem or was just another opportunity to learn a lesson and be more powerful and stronger and be able to bring yourself more fully to everything that you do, including, of course, your marriage.
Got it. Okay.
And
you
believe
can have
me,
a no problem
the
scenario.
ladies will appreciate it.
Yeah. And no problem carries on to other parts of your life, not just your marriage.
Every part of your life. Absolutely every single part of your life. Whatever you're doing, work, success, parenting, relationship, it applies to literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
Try it out. Again, like everything else that we've brought you over the last couple of years and couple of seasons for sure.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, well, look, just don't take my word for it. Try it out.
Yeah.
But you got to do it right. I mean, you got to you can't put your finger in the ice water, only up to your nail and think that you've immersed yourself, right? You had to do these things. You got to jump all the way in.
Yeah.
You got to get fully wet, right? And then if it doesn't work, maybe try it again, and then if it really doesn't work again, then maybe you might want to get on YouTube and let us know, that we gave you something that really doesn't work, and maybe that you weren't really doing it right. That is always a possibility. Ask your friends, ask other men that are around to see. Hey, well, he said to live your life and no problem, and you will live a more powerful life. And I've been doing it, but it doesn't seem like that's happening. And what do I need to do? And find out what it is that's really going on that's knocking you out of that space.
Okay.
Because that's what things will knock you out. There's hardly. Let's just say, for sake of argument, that it is impossible to live life fully as a man without the risk of getting knocked out. Stuff happens.
Yeah.
Jobs end.
Yeah.
New jobs begin.
Yeah.
Relationships end. All kinds of things, go on. We make mistakes and have to take responsibility for it.
Yeah.
And so there's always going to be something that's going to knock you out.
Right. You can't overreact and panic and get all the sky is falling and all that other stuff about it.
Just embrace it.
Yeah. Okay.
And just say, bring it on. Bring. I get it. I get it. It's a risk. I get that it could be dangerous. But is it a problem? Oh, it's no problem.
No, not a problem. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So go out and cause your solutions to happen.
Yeah. Have a solution, find a solution, make a solution.
Yeah. Be in no problem.
Be in no problem. Cool. Thanks.
No problem.
Bad Pennies. We'll be back.
See ya.